Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. Sorry that I'm uploading this so early in the morning, but I have to cover this, man. This is a huge story that's been developing throughout the entire day. I've been keeping tabs on it without explicitly reading any of the stuff that's been developing because I wanted to actually go into detail with it along with you guys, and I wanted to kind of just form my own opinion live and have a raw reaction to all of this while recording, right? So there's a whole situation going on right now with TNA wrestler Masha Slamovich, where she's being accused of committing DV on her partner Akira, not to be confused with Akira Tozawa, but another Akira, right? So like I said, I took down all these links. You can look at up in my description box below, and we're gonna go over it live together to see how damaging any of these apparent facts happen to be as far as Masha Slamovich's career is concerned, because apparently everybody is saying that she is done, her career is over with, no one wants to be messed up with her. So here, we'll take it from the top, okay? I'll leave all the pictures of the text messages on screen so you can see it for yourself. We'll go over in chronological order. The black is apparently Matcha, and the blue is Akira. So we have that all figured out. All right, let's go over it. Masha says, "You can keep both dogs. They're in your name, right?" Akira says, "You hit me. You're wrong." Masha says, "You cursed at me. That's why you got hit." Akira says, "Again, cool to see you claim intelligence and can't see metaphor. You hit me. You're wrong. I'm sorry that I said anything. I just didn't want you to stress out further, and it didn't help. Nothing I say is going to cause you to change that, and I don't want to fight it. I'll just let you destroy whatever you have if you want. Good night." That's what Akira said. Masha said in response, "Great. Maybe one day you'll learn to read the room, or at minimum me. That was a time for you to shut up or say something nice and comforting. But no, you try to tell me what the fuck to do. It's my shit and my life. You don't understand me. You have no idea who I am or how to help or conform me. I'm embarrassed to tag with you. It's very frustrating that when I'm already so clearly worked up and overwhelmed and overstimulated all day and upset over a bad match and being inconsiderate, but whatever, who cares about that? You still managed to make it worse for me and make me lose it when I was trying to just keep it together till I go to sleep. You're supposed to be the one helping me, and all you do lately is make things worse, Alex," referring to Akira. Akira says, "I just didn't want you to destroy the glasses that you paid a lot of money and need in a day-to-day life, Anne," which I guess is Masha's real name, I guess. "I'm sorry." She said, "I'm tired of this. This isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what we used to be, and it's not gonna go back to how it was, and it's not gonna get better, only worse. I've been down this road before. All you do is be sorry. You're never able to just do the right thing in the moment." Holy shit. He said, Akira responding to Masha, "I didn't know I signed up to watch someone destroy things out of anger. Again. But I'm still here." Masha responds with, "If it's not directed at you, what do you care?" He says, "Because I care about you." She says, "I very clearly tried to not take it out on you, but you just had to keep pushing." He responds with, "I don't care about me." And then she says, "And then instead of backing off, you started provoking me." And he says, "And if you broke those, you'd have been more upset later and had to spend more money." And then she said, "And guess what? I still already threw them." Holy shit. So that's the end of the text messages that we have here. So what it seems like is, I don't know, maybe she was upset about something and she took it out on him by, I guess, kicking his ass, and he had glasses on. And in the process of beating the shit out of him, she hit him in the face with his glasses on, and I guess he was afraid of him getting broken, because had she kept hitting him with the glasses on his face, then she would have inevitably broke those, which would have pissed her off even further later on, because she's the one that's responsible for buying the glasses. Is that what I got here? I think I read that right for the most part. That's that's crazy. What the fuck? But apparently we got more text messages. Here, hang on. Let me scroll down a little bit. Apparently these are the breakup text messages. Hang on. So he said, "I'm sorry." She said, "I'm sorry. I can't forgive you. Every time I look at your face, I remember how you didn't tell me you were in the hospital, and I'll remember every day going forward. I understand your view," is how he responded to her. "I'm not comfortable. I'm just not yours anymore. You told me you sat there and thought how to tell me. So you should have right then and there, period. Now you can love the memory of me." Holy fuck. They're breaking up. Okay, I'm getting it now. Akira responds with, "If you can't understand how I felt about telling the woman I love that my face was messed up, I don't know what to tell you." She says, "I'm not that woman anymore." "Well, you better hope there's something left of me to love after tonight. You knew who I was when you decided to love me. You also chose to hurt me multiple times and then wonder why I hurt you back. Oh wow. Had you never done those things, had you never done those things, had you had the mind of an adult and not a teenager, at best, you'd have never seen this side of me. I don't think you understand how much you put me through." She's gaslighting the fuck out of him. You don't as much as you say you do. I guess she means you don't love me as much as you say you do. You just don't. And then he says, "My grandma was in the hospital and I didn't even tell you because you told me not to talk to you." She said, "I said all my points." And then he said, "I sat alone feeling miserable." She said, "And I saw your post and didn't reach out because you're my ex till further notice." This is after he said his grandma was in the hospital and said he sat alone feeling miserable. She continues, "You wanted to be alone. You got it. Enjoy." He said, "You said horrible shit to me and expect me to kiss your ass and accept you stepping on me?" She said, "You don't get it. You're only making it worse for yourself. Had you not told me, or had you told me even immediately when you woke up, things would be different. You messed up, not me. That's it. That's the end of it." So she broke up with him because of what happened earlier. These are later text messages, apparently. So she finally broke up with him after the earlier incident with her hitting him in the face and breaking his glasses, or attempting to break his glasses that she bought, that he took off his face because he was afraid that she would get even further angry had she broke those glasses that she bought. She broke up with him. Apparently there was a discussion, or a lack thereof, of him being in the hospital with his grandmother, and that he didn't know he could talk to her because they broke up already, or that he didn't know whether or not they were able to at least, talk to each other, have a conversation with each other because of the whole situation happened earlier. She's still piling on all this stuff, gaslighting the fuck out of him. He says he's miserable because of this whole situation. She says, essentially, fuck off. He said, "How do you expect me to essentially talk back to you and conversate with you after all the horrible shit that you've been saying to me and what you've done to me?" And then she essentially told him once again to fuck off. So it's not just physical abuse, she's also emotionally abusing this man. This is fucking wild. Holy shit. Apparently, here's another link that I actually pulled up where Akira, he claimed that he wanted to skibbity himself. And if you don't know what skibbity means, it's the UN and a live word, okay? That's what I mean by skibbity. Apparently he took to Twitter and he said, and I quote, "I woke up to this and people asking me if I was okay. Kind of want to throw up, kind of want to go away forever. My friend held back for months because I asked her to, and I would have never said anything. I still really don't want to. I didn't want to lash out in anger because I was very angry, skibbity, idle, and depressive since the end of January. I'm not alive though. If she didn't take my calls every day while caring for her sick grandfather, I'm not alive if my roommate Raph didn't laugh with me at stupid videos daily. I'm not alive if Dale Patricks and Simon Gotch weren't there for me. He continues on by saying, I gave a lot with little in return. I had a lot of growing up to do, and despite my progression, I was always told I was never doing enough. The things I liked and did were stupid and waste of time. Things I told about my thoughts on my gender and the confusion I was feeling was turned on me. I was lied to about my finances and spent more than I should have because I thought we were struggling together. So she was using him also. Holy shit, she destroyed this fucking man. Okay, so she pushed him to the brink of wanting to skibbity himself, not just because of the physical abuse and the emotional abuse, but she's also draining this man's finances. She's taking money from him also. Now, mind you, to be fair, before I continue on, right, because that's pretty much the end of all we got so far as these messages are considered. From the looks of it, though, none of this stuff, I know people are going to probably be like, well, Devontae, these are the text messages. And yeah, for now, we can go off of the text messages, but still, as I would say for the opposite gender, innocent until proven guilty. That's all I'm saying. Innocent until proven guilty. But I will say this also, for all the people who are out there, and to be fair, I like the fact that we're keeping it consistent. Everybody out there, keep the same energy for what you would do if a man was in the same position that Masha Slamovich is in currently right now. Now, would I like anything to happen to Masha Slamovich without concrete proof? I mean, we have text messages, but I guess there have been circumstances where things were forged, photoshopped, all that kind of good stuff. So confirmation, I guess, would be nice to an extent that Masha can come out and like at least refute something, like to the extent, I'm not saying the text messages are fake or anything like that, but I would like to hear Masha Slamovich come out and respond to any of the stuff. She hasn't as of yet. I don't know when she will, but something to add a little bit more validity to the fact that the text messages are indeed real. You know what I mean? Give her some type of rope for her to grab onto to explain herself, because these are some of the most damaging, just by far some of the most damaging verbiage I've ever seen from a wrestler, period, regardless of gender. This is, I mean, as far as stuff leaking, this is about as horrific as it possibly gets, right? You're beating up your ex-boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend, I guess, right? You're beating him up. You're gaslighting him, suggesting that everything that happened to you is his fault. Apparently, he's trying to still, at the same time, protect the things that you bought for him, like his glasses, as you're beating him up. You break up with him during his time and need while he's in the hospital with his grandmother. You break up with him, suggest that it's his fault, and you push this guy to the brink of, I guess, wanting to skibbity himself. And in the end of the day, from what it sounds like, at least according to, Akira's point of view, he's pretty much wasted finances on you and all this stuff for it to end like this. Now, again, that's based off of his rhetoric. That's his point of view. That's what I'm saying. I would like to hear Masha's take from all of this, because it seems like her life is getting ruined in real time. Now, whether or not it's warranted is neither here nor there, but apparently this show, apparently Prestige Wrestling, Rossland, is that the name of the show? I got links here. Hang on. There's 2 links that I have that I want to read, because apparently she's being canceled in real time, right? I know people are like, well, Devontae, hold accountable. Like I said, I want to hear what she's going to say first before I just give my consensus on the entire thing. But apparently Prestige Pro Wrestling, they removed her from an upcoming event. And apparently another show, West Coast Pro Wrestling, they removed her from an event also. Did TNA say anything about this? I'm curious. Yeah, as soon as I actually scroll down, TNA gave a statement. This was through John Alba, it looks like. We take any allegations like this very seriously. and have begun an internal investigation. So that's pretty much it in regards to, I mean, look, like I said, innocent until proven guilty. No matter the gender, I like to keep it consistent. I want to see at the very least what is going to be the rebuttal from Masha Slamovich. What is she going to say in order to refute all the stuff that we heard? We see text messages right here. We see nothing but text messages. If she wants to come out and she wants to claim that all these text messages, they're photoshopped, they're faked, none of this stuff makes any sense, it's all lies, she has to bring receipts. She has to debunk it. She has to show something of substance to prove that not only are any of these things that are being said about her regarding Akira saying these things is all frivolous, but man, there would have to be some evidence suggesting that he would be this malicious to want to just outright fake all of these. It really doesn't seem that way. Now, again, I would like to know also further, maybe coming from her, I'm not sure if Akira wants to talk about it, but coming from Masha, I would like to know the context as far as where all this is stemming from. Like, we're reading the text messages in real time and we're hearing the point of view, but I really want to see, like, where did this all stem from? Where is this all coming from? I'm hearing tagging and stuff like that. I'm hearing that she had a bad match. So apparently that's where it's stemming from to a certain degree, but stemming from what context? Because you read that first part, you almost think it's a damn work to some kind of degree, right? So I want to know, like, what happened during the match that apparently involved him in regards to his response or his lack thereof that pissed her off to this degree to want to beat him up and physically put hands on him, if true, allegedly, right? I want to know to the extent what made her go out of her way to outright say all the things that she said. Like, what is the context that drove her to act this cruel, if those texts are actually real? What is the history behind all of this prior to these allegations being leaked? Were there potentially more abuse from Masha in regards to Akira? I'm not just talking about the physical, I'm talking about the emotional also. Because if all of this happens to be true, you know there has to be more to this story outside of this one scenario. You know it has to go back even further. And I want to know. I want to know everything about this before I go out of my way and I start with the marching down the road. I'm trying to be very diligent nowadays going forward when actually confronting these situations, because you never know. You know, I know people are going to probably be like, Devontae, you're delusional, this, you do. I understand, and you're entitled to your point. I just want to see to the extent how valid any of these things happen to be at the moment. Because you never know who or what you're framing and whatever mindset in regards to what a person is doing to another person. I'm just saying, keep an open mind and let's see what Masha says first. And then if this is confirmed, to what degree? I mean, first off, yeah, fire her. Like, she's done. Like, she's a piece of shit if this all happens to be true. But then also, I want further clarity as to how far this goes back. So, you know, at least we have some kind of precedent set whenever this situation happens again in the future, regardless of what gender is perpetrating it, right? Wild story though. Holy shit. But I guess let me get some of your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to how you feel about this whole situation. What is your take on this? Maybe you have some clarity on this that is unbeknownst to me that I have not seen, that you would like to bring up. I mean, if it's something that's substantial enough, I'll make sure to pin you, because again, this is a linear video, so it's not like I'm doing anything in regards to timestamps. So if you have anything of substantial worth, I'll make sure to pin you so everybody can see the comment if you have more to talk about in regards to the subject. But for anything else, I'll just put it within the news related video when Masha inevitably responds. I would think you can't let this just go underneath the rug like this. This is a huge story now. Holy hell, man. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm not doing Dynamite tonight. I really don't feel like it. I'm having fun playing video games, but yeah, I'm not doing Dynamite tonight. I don't feel like it. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you guys later. A deuces and a P ice.